Those little frogs.
You should keep your day job. Hey, is there anyone else who wants to perform? Anyone else has a so-called talent that they want to share?
I got a joke. All right.
All right. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right. You guys want to play one? So who knows Bubba from down south? Who knows everybody?
Yeah.
Does everybody know that?
Yeah.
All right. So Bubba's that friend that you're walking with, who just seems to stop and talk to everybody. He's worse than Kathy. So as you're walking with Bubba, it's like it takes you forever to get from point A to point B because you stop and say, "Oh, how are you? What's going on? What's new?" And you start to wonder, like, Bubba, what's your problem? You know, so I ask Bubba, why does it take so long for us to get from point A to point B? And Bubba goes, well, that's because I know everybody, and I just, you know, I like everybody, they're my friends, everybody knows me, I know everybody. It's like, all right, Bubba, that's fine. So we keep, you know, walking around downtown, we're going to get a cup of coffee, and he just keeps stopping to talk to everybody. I start to get a little worried. Like, Bubba, there's no way you know everybody in town. He's like, sure I do, you know, our town's not too big, there's only about 2,000 people, I know everyone. So I start kind of keeping my eye out. And it's true. Bubba does seem to know everybody. So I start talking to some of my friends, and, you know, they start keeping an eye out too, and they get a little worried about Bubba because Bubba seems to be a little bit delusional. He thinks he does know everybody. He says, I know everybody in the whole world, the whole world. We're like, Bubba, you've never left this little town. It's like, no, I know, but I still know everybody in the world. So we call this doctor in to come talk to Bubba. You know, this big city psychologist is going to come in and give Bubba a little test and see what's going on. So the doctor flies in and sits down with Bubba, and he's like, all right, Bubba, your friends tell me that you think you know everyone. And Bubba's like, I do know everybody. I don't know what you're coming into the small town, big city doc trying to tell me how to live my life. I'm just a friendly guy, and I love everyone. So the doctor's like, you know what, Bubba, I got an experiment. We're going to go to New York City. We're going to go to New York City, we're going to go to Yankee Stadium, and we're going to see who you know there. There's no way. Derek Jeter still plays for the Yankees, right? Does anybody know? Yeah, okay, so Derek Jeter still plays for the Yankees. There's no way, Bubba, you know Derek Jeter. He'd have nothing to do with you. And Bubba's like, all right, fine, but I know Derek Jeter. So they fly up to New York City, and they pull up in a nice taxi cab, and they get on out, and there's Derek Jeter pulling up in his nice car, getting ready for batting practice, and Bubba and the doc get out of the car, and Derek Jeter's like, oh, Bubba, it is so great to see you. It's been so long. Hey, I got 2 tickets for you and your friend. Why don't you get front row seats? It's going to be a heck of a time. And the doctor's just kind of like, Bubba, how do you know Derek Jeter? And Bubba's like, Doc, I told you, I know everybody. Don't worry about it. We got front row seats. It's going to be great. So they enjoy the game, and after the game, they, you know, go up, have a beer with Derek Jeter, and just talk about how he batted. And he did okay. He went 3 for 4 with a double. And then they fly back home. So the doctor's like, you know what, Bubba, you got lucky. You pulled a fast one on me. I don't know how you did it, but I got another idea. We're going to go out to Hollywood. On Hollywood, we're going to look up Harrison Ford. He was just in a new movie, Indiana Jones. There's no way you know Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. So they go out, and they, you know, go up on Beverly Hills Boulevard, and they're walking up to Harrison Ford's house, and they get ready to knock on the door, and Chewbacca answers the door. Oh, Bubba! And there's Harrison Ford behind him. Bubba, oh my God, we're about to have a Star Wars party. This is so great. It's so great to see you. And the doctor's just like, are you serious? Are you serious? So, you know, they watch all 9 movies, 8 movies, however many movies there are, and six movies. It's a long party. And the doctor's still just, Bubba, it is a long joke. Bubba knows a lot. This is what it's like walking with Bubba. He stops. See? Empathize. So they go back home, and the doc's like, you know, I got one last chance to show Bubba that he's delusional, that he really doesn't know everybody. He's like, you know, we're going to go to Rome. We're going to go to Rome because there's no way Bubba knows the Pope. There's no way he knows the Papa. So they go off to Rome, and it's a Wednesday. Then they get in, and that's when the Pope usually goes to the window and does his general blessing. And you know, they have some time to kind of tour around St. Peter's Basilica, beautiful church, and they're walking through, and they see the Pope-mobile go by, and it stops all of a sudden. Some of the Swiss guards scurry on down in their cool pinstripe pants, and their, you know, symbolic X's that, you know, are very like what Jesus probably carried. And they're like, Bubba, the Pope wants to talk to you. He wants you to sit up with him today during his audience. And the doctor's just like, oh my God, what is going on? Am I losing my mind? And the Swiss guards say, sorry, Doc, but there's only room for one. So Bubba goes off up to the upper room with the Pope, and the Doc is sitting in, you know, the main square, and all of a sudden there's this huge cheer from the crowd, and everybody looks up to the window where the Pope's about to appear, and the guy next to the doctor says, hey, who the hell is that guy up there with Bubba?